What the fuck? How the fuck?
Hello Tumblr user Fuzzy Fangs and anybody else who clicked on this video. I will be showing you how to create a Lewis wig. Now, we all know how fabulous Lewis's hair is, but it is also impossible to recreate. There have been many other people who have done Lewis's hair before, but there were no tutorials. And I was getting so frustrated when I was making my wig. Wigs are fucking hard. And it was just so hard, but I finally figured it out. And I want to save another soul by creating the first Lewis wig tutorial. I got the wig from aridawigs.com. I don't know if that's how you say it, but yeah. The wig I got was Magnum, and the color I got was baby pink because I thought it was closest to Lewis's hair. There is more than one pink shade, so you can choose whatever shade that you think looks best, but I just thought this one looked the best. I've been around a lot of cosplayers, and a lot of them recommend this wig website because they have really good quality wigs and they're not too expensive. The hairspray I used is called Volume Max Mega Freezing Spray. You need freezing spray for this because you need the hair to stay in place and it's gonna be held up and it cannot fall down. I would highly recommend using Got to Be Glued instead. The reason why I got this hairspray is because I was in a hurry and they ran out of Got to Be Glued from Walmart, so I just got this instead. Got to Be Glued is used by most cosplayers and it is the most recommended hairspray for wigs, so you might as well use that instead. Sadly, I cannot show you what the wig looks like in live video because the wig was dropped and the bangs got smashed, and so here is a 360 view anyways, but luckily my mom took tons of pictures of my cosplay and the wig, so thank God for that. So it is very important to use lots of references. I will put up some reference pictures in the video and I will also put them in the description so that you can save them and use them for personal use. You can also look at other cosplayers' wigs for references because you want to see how another human being accomplished this impossible hair. One thing I would like to point out is that Lewis's hair is not really pompadour because pompadour is more of combed backwards, and Lewis's hair is shown to have 3 little spikes at the bottom, so it is very much indeed like combed over, and it's just a giant forward bun on his head. So that's going to be a little harder to do. And now to the real part of the tutorial, and that is styling the wig. Okay, so the very first thing I did was take most of the hair at the top where it kind of looks like there is a layer, like the very top layer. I took all the hair and I combed it all to the front because we're gonna need a lot of hair for the bangs. So I just basically comb all that in the front and I put it in a ponytail so I could style the bangs later. And then I combed the sides of the wig because Lewis still has hair on the sides. And then I took the back hair and I kind of separated it into two different big spikes because Lewis has those spikes in the back of his head that kind of stand up. So I just basically combed it up, but I separated the 2 spikes at the bottom first, and I separated them and combed it as far up as I could. It was kind of hard to bring it all the way to the top. It wasn't really possible for me to do that, so I just kind of combed it all the way up as much as I could, and then I just hairsprayed the crap out of that so it wouldn't go out of place. Alright, now onto the hardest part, which is the bangs. So basically, there was this thing I tried doing, which was putting a toilet paper roll under the bangs and tried hairspraying it a lot to see if it would stand up on its own, because I would need the bangs to stand up from the roots so that I can poof, but it didn't work. It kind of did make the roots of it stand. My mom had to help me with this because it was really hard for me to do on my own. And so we basically used this technique called teasing, which is when you take the comb and you brush the opposite way where the hair grows so that the hair would poof up and the strands would separate and stuff. So what we basically did was we made 2 layers in the bangs. The bottom one had 2 ponytails on the very top so that the hair would be standing. And then we teased the bangs to where they would poof and to where the ponytail would be covered in there so you wouldn't see. And on the top layer of the bangs, we teased that more and covered it at the top so it would be a bit more poofier. Then I put 2 separate spikes at the very bottom like Lewis has. Like I kind of separated the poof into 3 little spikes at the bottom. And then we hairsprayed the shit out of it because we didn't want it to flatten. And yeah, so basically we just teased it a lot and had ponytails in it so it wouldn't fall. So yeah, that was the hardest part. And then after that, I trimmed the wig on the sides a little bit because they were a bit too long. And so yeah, that's all I did for the styling part. That is all I did for the wig. You can use any of these techniques in the video for any other wig for a character that has similar hair to Lewis's. You don't have to use every single step that I did. You can use it any way you want to, but the teasing part is the key to make the bangs stand up, which was the hardest part. I'm not really an expert at styling hair or anything, but this knowledge is from the experience I had with the few wigs that I've done and also my own hair, which is very little, but yeah. I really hope this tutorial has helped you in some way and that I saved a soul, because god, this was the most frustrating wig I've done, and since someone asked me to do this tutorial, I did it. So yeah, I really hope this tutorial has helped you in some way, and thank you for watching. Have fun cosplaying.